Yeah, well, g'day. How's it going? I wasn't intending to make a video tonight. As you can see, it's another beer bottling opportunity. And it is Easter Saturday, 16th of April 2022. And I'm sitting inside my shipping container. I've just been through pretty much the worst flooding event ever in the history of Australia that is recorded, of course, because white man's only been here for a couple hundred years, according to conventional belief. I'm not going to go into that because that's not the topic of the discussion. The topic of the discussion is, because as the Iron Horse, gosh, it's hard to see through these darker bottles. No prejudice, of course, they're just darker. They're actually better for the beer. Is that I've been sitting in here bottling beer because this is what you do in your spare time. Someone who likes a beer. I don't like spending 0.00 on flood affected beer. I'll go into that in a little bit later. Concentrating on so close. No matter how far. See, before I went through these flood experiences, I've got a wireless dongle thing to have internet because I'm living a little bit outside the grid, not entirely. I've got electricity, obviously. But if I wanted to use the internet anytime inside of this shipping container, it's a 40-foot low, it's not a high, it's just a standard 40-foot shipping container. What I would have to do is get the dongle, because you can use it on battery for quite a while too, it's quite useful, and I just stick it up on the door, and then I'd get limited sort of internet reception. You think, hey, well, that's cool. And over the last few days, it's been up and down. Sometimes you get none whatsoever, even inside the tent, because I live in a tent. I mean, it's a proper caravan and all, proper aluminium shell, and I put the dongle just outside the shell under the annex, and I can have as much internet as I want because I paid for quite a lot, $100 worth a month. It's not cheap. Plus the dongle itself is $96 a month, so it's like $200 a month, plus then the cost of the phone that I'm watching myself, watching you, watching me, watching you. The phone that I'm filming this with. So, it's not a cheap exercise. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good, man. So my point is that this afternoon when I came in and start looking about, how I'm going to bottle this beer, is I just brought the phone in with me because I was just listening to some random YouTubes and stuff because I don't have television. So YouTube is quite interesting for me. It's funny how I can just see messages pop down. G'day, baby. Where did I leave that pen? I left that pen right there. Rightio. All good. 16th. Where's the last date? 17th. 12/21. We'll put this one 16/4/22. And now we've got a case of beer. Right, that over there. Sometimes life is so difficult. And do that one, or that one. Decisions, man. Let's just do this one. Since we don't want to bore the viewer with decisions that should have been made prior to even thinking about hitting record on the video. So that's right. My point is, I had to bring the dongle thing right to the door just to get a little bit of reception. Now, since the floods have been going and we've had the army and all these essential energy people and all that going through, thank goodness, like, I'm appreciative of all the help that we've had. Not that I've actually had any, but that's not the point. The point is, I've now left the dongle inside the caravan annex. And I've had perfect reception, not even a single cutout. Now normally, I'd come in here if I'm listening to a YouTube, I'd get halfway in to the shipping container, and then the YouTube thing would start doing the lagging. I think they call it lag. Pardon me. I didn't expect to have this much gas this time of night. It'll just start lagging and it'll keep cutting in, cutting out, whatever. And I've been sitting here all night. Okay, half the night. For some time. And I haven't lost signal in the least. And the other thing that intrigues me is if I'm not using the dongle, right, I get SFA reception, which for those who don't know what that means, it's sweet very old. So I get no reception if the dongle doesn't work, even in the whole area. And a while back, we're going back probably 6 weeks, 8 weeks, some time back, I decided that I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to get myself a new laptop and I'm going to use my new laptop to be doing all my internet stuff, you know, like save me having to use the phone all the time. Oh, there's dark bottles I can't see. Here we go. Where is it? There it is. So I'm going to do all my internet stuffs on the laptop, and I'll just connect that to the dongle. I can sit outside, put it on my lap, and do me internety stuffy. Internety stuff. But it turns out that this mobile roaming data broadbandy thingy dongle that I can attach my phone to, and my old laptop, mind you, the new laptop cannot attach to it. And so, you know, you have to use the old noggin a little bit. And it's like, no, I've got nothing. And after a while, you say, oh, well, maybe I'll just use mobile off this thing, this phony thingy. I can make it a mobile hotspot, and I can attach the laptop to it. Ah, good thinking. Except I've been so used to using it on the mobile broadband thingy that it won't work. So eventually, yeah, I'm not completely stupid. It only took me 6 weeks or so of having this useless laptop sitting there when I realised maybe I should just look into it a little bit further. And it turns out that when your phone is attached to a mobile broadband thing that you got, then you can't use it as a mobile or some sort of hotspot, whatever the word is. So if you take your phone, which only works on the mobile broadband dongle thing that you're paying $200 a month for, if you turn it off of that, then you can make your phone a mobile hotspot for the brand new $800 laptop to attach to. So yesterday, I finally got past the Windows 11 thing where you had to be connected to the internet before it would go to the next point. And I took my phone off the mobile thing, and it worked as a hotspot inside the caravan annex, where the phone doesn't even normally work. I normally have to step outside just to have the phone to work. So whatever they've been doing throughout this flood period, they've also been amping up, fucking amping the fuck up the spy network, for want of a better word, the mobile broadband, the mobile everything, inside my shipping container this evening. I didn't even have to move my mobile broadband dongle and stick it on the door like I normally used to have to do, just so I could watch some YouTube videos while I'm bottling some beer. You know what I mean? I was able to sit here with uninterrupted service the entire time. I mean, that's quite convenient, isn't it? But my phone was also able to double is the mobile broadband dongle for the new laptop. And the new laptop still won't connect to the dongle. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to connect to something that you pay $200 a month for. You have to do it through your phone and wipe the shit out of all that data. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm paying for this shit. I'll just do whatever it takes. But how's this? The very, very, very first site I went to, because it's Windows 11, you know, like I trust Microsoft about as much as I trust let's not enter into that. But you can imagine how much I trust them. So the very first thing I do is go, all right, Brave. Download Brave. It won't even let me open up Brave. Just as a, you know, I don't even know what you call them these days. You know, you can use Microsoft Windows, you can use Google. That's browser, that's it. So you can use Brave as a browser. I think back in the day we even used to have Firefox. Haven't heard about them for a while. I imagine Firefox still exists. Oh, this one's been a bit difficult. Get what's right on top. Gotcha. Yeah, so Firefox and Google, and they're just alternatives to whatever the fuck Microsoft is these days. And I like Brave because it automatically cuts out all the ads, and so it saves you quite a bit in your data and time. Like you can watch any YouTube through Brave and you don't have to even wait 5 seconds or whatever to skip ads, or you don't have to sit through 15 seconds of watching fucking McDonald's bullshit. You can just click on something and watch it as it should be. We shouldn't have to watch commercial bullshit. We should be able to choose. Would you like to watch this ad? No, fuck off. Shouldn't have to even sit through 5 seconds of the bullshit. So anyway, I'm still working out how to use a new freaking laptop. And just talking to myself because, hey, when you're bottling beer, there's not a lot else to do. I mean, I could sit here and watch YouTube videos, which I can do because I don't have to bring the dongle out to boost my signal. I could go live. Oh, except I can't because, come on guys, I have to have 1,000 subscribers before I can go live off my phone. And because I don't have something that can attach to a landline, got that just perfect. I can't go live. And I'm, you know, approximately 400 or, you know, 350 or whatever shy of having 1,000 subscribers. And it's like you look at some, I'm not saying I'm a great YouTube channel, mind you, but you look at some of these really lame ones and they've got like thousands and thousands and thousands. It's like, okay, so maybe I should record this, put it into something, sit there for hours and hours and edit out all the little gaps or the silent bits. Makes it far more interesting. For fuck's sakes. Like, I'd edit that out straight away. And that would make it a lot more interesting. You know, I'm a bit old school. I've always been old school, and I've always said, right, I'm going to make YouTube videos. Just kidding. If I'm going to make YouTube videos, I should do it without edits. You know, just one take. I have to admit, I'm a little bit of a fan of Futamara. I mean, we all know it's made by the Simpsons creators, Matt Groening. God, he must be groaning in his grave. I kind of really liked Futamara when I first saw a cut for it. In fact, there it is. In fact, when I first saw The Simpsons way back, I was only about 18 or 19, and I saw an ad for it. I mean, I grew up in the era of watching television, right? And the Flintstones, and even the Flintstones were old shit when I was a kid. You know, we had the Looney Tunes and all sorts of shit. So when I saw The Simpsons, right, it just fucking clicked with me straight away, because it's like, yes, the future has arrived. I think the ad was, you know, the Simpsons family visits the Burns residence for a staff party type of thing. And as they're walking in through the door, Mr. Burns and I think, what's his name? Smithers. One or the other. It's either Smithers or Burns. Says to them, yeah, welcome, come and make yourself at home. And little Bart pipes up, do you hear that, Dad? You can sit around all day in your underwear and scratch yourself. And it was like, that was just never been said before in cartoons. It was like, fuck yeah. And so, I forget where I was going with this, but I'll just go with it anyway. So The Simpsons broke new territory. That's probably somewhere I'm going. And then I'd heard about Futurama, but I'd never actually watched it because I didn't have television back when that was coming out. So I heard about this character called Bender. It turns out he's probably the best character in history that hasn't even been made yet, because it doesn't come out until another 1,000 years. You know, we've got to wait till the year 3000, which is where the second I just created a new multiverse. It is set. What do we say? 16/4/22. It's the rotten lid right on. 16/4/22. Alright. So Oh yeah, let's do this. Okay. Almost said, bite my shiny metal arse. I don't even know where it came from. For some reason or another, last night, and no offense to the Globebusters, because I fucking love Globebusters, mate. They've got a 24/7 channel. But after you've watched it in your sleep about 1,700 times, it does get a little bit repetitive. And something just came up in my feed of YouTube on the old laptop where I watch in my sleep. And it was all about, for some reason, it just came up, some cartoon channel. And it was the best of Futurama. And I'm like, man, I bought all the DVDs of Futurama. Like, so I thought. And as soon as it starts up, it's showing stuff I've never ever seen before. And I'm like, man, they made new series and didn't tell me. This bottle's been sitting here a while. I put an S on the lid of this one so that's got a spider in it. Could add to the flavour, you never know. I used to be pretty pedantic about the sterilisation of stuff until I realised alcohol is a sterilant. Main thing is not to put too much sugar into the carbonation process, and they won't explode. I guess what I really should do when I'm going to make a rant when I'm bottling beer is actually have a topic in mind. Didn't have one tonight. Just fucking ranting random shit. I must admit I love it when I fill it to the perfect height and don't get it spilled all over my hand. Conservation of beer momentum. Okay, one thing I will have a little bit of a chat about, because I have a feeling that they will see this. won't you? Is that because I get quite there's a word. I can't think of it. Oh, for fuck's sakes. See what happens when you think about words. I guess it's not disgruntled, it's disheartened. It's the word will come to me short anyway. Oh, pissed off. Fed up. I don't know. There's so many controls on Facebook. Honestly, it's the lowest of the low. And sometimes you might meet some good ones and have some decent conversations. It's possible. But eventually, you know, the intellectual mind is seeking for something more. We're not satisfied with little freaking soundbite responses of "oh, you're a moron" type of thing. And that's unfortunately 83.2496 repeater percentage of the responses you get on Facebook. Approximately. Yeah. So I do a lot of my stuff now on Quora. 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 It's a pretty cool site. Occasionally I might something their policies. What is it? What do you call it again when you overflow? Say too much? Spill? Yeah. Disobey. Breach. Breach is as good a word as I can find. Breach their policies. I knew it would come to me with a bit of Dutch inspiration. So you breach their policies. I was like, oh shit. So what do? They send you a notification. You have violated. That's far more serious than just breached. I have violated their policies. And they've deleted my long, well thought out, with me, informational pictograph response. And so they delete it. I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, I hate any form of censorship. These bottles are crappy. This is one of these, like, I don't know if you can see it. cane toed ones, Forex. They're shit. They don't clean properly. It's disgusting. Throw it out the freaking door. Oh, look, I'll give it one last chance. What the hell? It's a bottle of Rant. So anyway, if Cora do delete my policy, well then the first thing I just do is just go to appeal. Said, I didn't breach your policies. I know your policies. I would never breach your policies. Occasionally I do breach their policies. And I know it too. Apparently it turns out that just because somebody breached the policies to you doesn't mean you can respond in a manner that breaches the policies back to them. So, okay. Take that one on the chin and move on with my life. Facebook, on the other hand, you used the word, hang on. I have to think of it now because it's not even one I use that often. Excuse me while I adjust my bowls. Yeah, I can't even think of it. But anyway, when you violate Facebook's policy, one tiny little word, tiny little one, 30-day ban. That's it. 30 days. Into the naughty corner. Sit there for 30 days. It's like, you fucking kidding me? Facebook? What the fuck is wrong with you? How about you just do like sensible places do and say, oh, you shouldn't have said that. Here's an opportunity to change it. Would you like to change it? No? Okay. We'll delete it. And that is that. That's it. You know, I think it had a Q in it. It'll come to me later, of course. I'll put it in the comments when I think of it. In fact, I even posted it using my backup account, Eddie T. Rose, because I make no secrets of who I am. You know, on Facebook, I'm myself. I'm Ross Thatcher. When Ross Thatcher is banned, I'm Eddie T. Rose. It's all me. And on Quora, I am Ross Iron Horse, in inverted commas, Thatcher. So everybody knows who I am. And on YouTube, it just comes up as Iron Horse. I'm not afraid to be myself. And project myself to the world for who I am. Because I know what I stand for. I know what I believe in. I don't need to hide behind a pseudonym. And I ain't scared as shit. I'm just pissed off that the censors think that they can keep on censoring me for the most tiniest of violations. That's right. For the most tiniest of violations. Oh, that's right. I said at the end of my comment about some about some idiot who just said that existing on the outside of a spinning ball hurtling through space with an unprotected atmosphere through a vacuum is the equivalent of being inside a bus with an 8-foot roof. Now, I get this all the fucking time. All the time. You get people comparing being on the outside of a spinning space ball with being on the interior of an enclosed capsule of a bus or train or a plane, you name it. They all think that each one of those things is the equivalent to being on the exterior surface of an organic spaceship, which is what the Earth must be, spinning through space. We're spinning on our axis at 1.35 times the speed of sound. We're hurtling around the sun at 87 times the speed of sound, as the sun itself is hurtling through the galaxy at 670 times the speed of sound. And we're supposed to be doing all those speeds as the atmosphere just clings to us, sometimes appearing as though it's perfectly still. You know, it's perfectly still here at the moment. No wind. None. So that means that this air at my level of latitude beneath the equator, there's no up or down space, but let's say beyond the equator, over the curve, but there's no over either, because it's all, everywhere's up towards the center of gravity. Let's say we're going 800 miles per hour. The air, which is remaining perfectly still as we're spinning 800 miles per hour, going around the sun 66,600 miles per hour, as the sun on the other side, because it's now dark, of course, is moving over 500,000 miles per hour. So this air of the atmosphere is adjusting every single individual molecule exactly the right amount of speed, especially as it gets higher and higher up. Exactly the right amount in order to create the illusion of being perfectly still. But not only that, each and every one of the stars out there, thousands of light years away, each and every one of them is even more intelligent and smart and conscious and knows how to behave than every single molecule of air, because it will also move in exactly the right amount of time and space, billions and billions of miles an hour, to create the illusion of remaining perfectly still. I think by now it's safe to say heliocentrism has had its time in the sun, and now it's done. Exit stage